Lily, don't they live here at the school? That's a 5-minute walk, you know. What could they possibly have to prevent them from taking 5 minutes out of their busy lives to draft something that will affect the enjoyment of their entire class? Oh, Misha's a bitch. Lily opens her mouth to say something, but Shisume closes the gap between them and starts sighing furiously, waving her hands around like an orchestra conductor. Misha tries her best to convey the same passion, but can't seem to lose her normal cheerful tone. The result is interesting and somewhat surreal. And what's with that attitude? I said that it's not something you should be delegating away. You're the class representative, or aren't you? Tell me the names of those 2 students. Did you have your job if you can't even handle something this simple yourself? One form isn't the full extent of what I'm supposed to take care of. Lily's tone is growing slightly impatient, but she's doing a good job of not letting Shisume see how unsettled she's becoming. She's playing her cards close to her chest. Shisume, on the other hand, wraps her fingers cheerfully around the edge of her glasses, knowing Lily can neither hear nor see how excited she is. Of course you do so much for class rep. It must be so difficult being you. Lily tightens her lips and Misha's word, clearly understanding the intent behind them, though Misha delivers them without even a hint of the sarcasm words they were meant to have. Shisume and Lily don't like each other. That much is clear, but it seems a little bit much. It seems like Lily had enough and is ready to push back. Oh! I was actually just discussing the budget report before you came by. You must be very talented to have finished all your student council duties so quickly that you can track me down and to make sure I don't forget my own. Are you accusing me of slacking off? It seems like you're confusing me with yourself. I don't think so. That would be a very difficult thing for me to do, comparing myself to you. You're right. The difference between us is like heaven and hell. Oh, it's not that hard to guess which one you might represent. Ooh, buddy! The air between them ripples with the heat of their immensity. Well, not really. They just can't disguise it anymore, though. Even Misha looks like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation. Hachan, don't slack off either. What are you talking about? Are you taking part of the festival, Hachan? You are, aren't you, then? I hope you're going to do a lot more than make sure that it goes smoothly than this person. I understand why Shisume is suddenly getting mad at me. Yeah, cut Lily some slack, you fucking bitches. Hey, I'm the new guy here, remember? It's not like I could have done much if I ever wanted. That's right, you shouldn't expect the transfer to jump right into this his first week. Lily taking my side feels oddly comforting. Yes, I got Lily's side, yeah. So I decided to back her up too. Yeah, you're being unreasonable with us, both. Excuses. Miss Class Rep had plenty of time to deal with her report. And we repeatedly offer you a position to help with the student council work, but you refuse to commit yourself to making the festival a success. Yeah, but I said back then, I'm not sure if. I don't have time for this right now. No matter what I do, it will mean being drawn into confrontation with Shisume, and that is just what she wants. Whatever, forget it. I turn my back at them. Lily, class is going to be started soon, so we can talk more later. I'll tell Hanako you were looking for her. I can feel Shisume's freezing. Maybe this is the first time she has been ignored in such blunt manner. Thank you, Hasao. I'll leave now then. She gives me the sweetest smile I've seen all week and turns on her heels to make her exit. As soon as Lily walks out the door, I suddenly start feeling reluctant about turning to face Shisume. I can feel her eyes burning in my back. I can't bring myself to look at her, so she must be furious. I keep expecting Misha to say something to alleviate the tension, but it really is wanting too much. In the end, I go back to my seat and listen to the sound of Shisume's footsteps as she marches out of the room. She doesn't return until a few minutes before class. Hanako doesn't come to the morning class at all, leaving her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. I had to tell that Lily was looking for her if I see her later. After the events of this morning, class is pretty boring in comparison. I turn my pages of my textbook lazily, or just being lazy anyways. I have a bit of catching up to do, despite trying to keep up with my studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that enthusiastic about it. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes. Instead of opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations taken directly from the book. The rhythmically clashing of the chalk on the blackboard seems to synchronize perfectly with the ticking of the clock. I start to copy down the equations just to pass the time, even though they are right there in the textbook. When the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry because I have nothing to do, so I stay for a while reviewing what we covered in the class today. I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with the crowding in the hallways. I notice Shizuma and Misha also has to stay behind, talking to someone from another class. Shizuma is signing so fast with her hands it makes noises like swords cutting through the air. Maybe there's a pent-up anger there. Misha's trying desperately to keep up, but it's clear she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down whatever they're discussing. It looks like serious business. Shizuma signs to the point where her wrists crackle and Misha struggles to spit it out in word form. English is fun. Sometimes she twists over herself like she's dealing with tongue twisters. And then on top of that, she has to sign back anything the other girls say. Seems like a rough job. Misha looks tired, like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, their business is soon finished and the girls sit down on their seats again. So tired. She's hanging her head and She's hanging her head limply on her desk, looking exhausted. I'll use the opportunity to reconcile with Shizuma a bit without getting roped into student council thing again, though I suspect that door is now closed for me. Festival preparations must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in the school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whether I see people idling around before or after classes, they're always talking about their plans for it. It's kind of neat to see everyone being so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Shizumi scoffs at me first as I'm trying to decide whether to ignore me or sneer at me, but in the end she starts signing without doing it either. Misha perks up, looking at her hands with slightly unfocused eyes. She signs the harsh, heavy, dramatic strokes. Misha translated her signing into speech for me. She does it so well, it's almost like somebody's actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly through Misha. She must practice it vigorously. Well, of course we're in the student council. You know we're so... Wait, let me read that again. Well, of course we're in the student council. You know, so we're pretty busy. It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of the festival with all our strength. We would shame ourselves in front of our past student council generations if the festival were to fail. That's why there must be no flaws. I think that was encumbrance. No, nothing that might make the festival short of perfect. Shizu's passion speech and Misha's enacting are really oddly fitting of them. Hello? I look over my shoulder to see Hanako peering timidly into the classroom. Most of her body is hidden behind the door. Hey, playing delinquent again? Hanako blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even if it was only in jest. Shizuma stares at her probably, causing Hanako to look down and start backing away at the point where only her fingers can be seen wrapped nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she's showing her dislike of Hanako by associating her dislike of Lily. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it as well. What is it, Hanako? Has Lily been here? Sorry, haven't seen Satao. She came in the morning though. Hanako keeps looking uneasily at Shizuma, who stares back at her with her usual studying gaze. What is she trying to do? Well, of course Shizuma isn't going to look away. She isn't intimidating enough as it is, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It is a little bit uncomfortable watching Hanako's reaction to Shizuma's normal behavior. It's what happens when two people of two different extremes meet, it seems. Do you know where she is? If she has any sense in her head, she is in her classroom working on her festival project. But who knows where that woman is luring at. You need to find her? She was looking for you in the morning, but I guess you have missed each other. She waits a little without answering the simple question, looking awful, like she's not sure if it's proper to answer such a question. Yeah? I can come with you, if it's okay. Hanako nods fractionally, still on guard, her shoulders stiff like wood. I get the feeling that she might be more comfortable by herself after all, but it's too late to back off now. She has this really troubled expression she seems to wear almost constantly, one that makes me constantly be on guard myself. I wonder why. I kind of understand why she always seems to be so worried, or maybe more like why there could be any person like her. But I still have no idea how I should act around such a person. It's dinner time soon. Were you planning to eat with Lily? She nods slightly. She must have been trying to get into the cafeteria. There's something of a dinner crowd. There's something of a dinner crowd. Just like cafeteria is crowded during the lunch. It's not as bad because dinner time is longer than lunch hour. But I can understand why Hanako could be discouraged from going in. I picked up my bag and we take our leave. Hanako skips a little to meet my initial pace, so I slow down to match her speed. It doesn't take long for us to be walking at a comfortable pace down the hallway. It almost feels like we're going for a stroll together, something that I can't say I've really done before with a girl. Hanako doesn't seem to be thinking the same thing though. Even though we are walking at the same pace, she never comes within arm's reach of me. I guess she's still a little uncomfortable around me. Given how she is, there doesn't seem to be much help in it, at least for now. By the time we arrive at the cafeteria, there's not much of a crowd there, but Lily is nowhere to be seen. Hanako has sick even lower than usual. Have you looked somewhere else already? Just the library I was reading. So she does spend the classes she skips at the library. So not exactly a thorough search then. Or if I had to guess, she'd be on her own class, like Chizuma said, right? Right. With the slightest nod, Hanako agrees with my reasoning. God, she's been so awkward. It's like I need double-layered silk gloves with padding to even begin interacting with her. Some small talk might help her become a bit more used to me. It isn't hard to tell that the silence between us is hovering on the edge of both of our minds. So you and Lily usually hang out together after class, right? Yes? I'm not quite sure what I expected for her answer, nor why I asked the question. Wait, I can't even, let me backtrace. I'm losing my train of thought. That much was rather obvious after all. Usually Spanish forces me when I'm reading to switch things. Usually a lot of things in Spanish is backwards in English. To anybody wondering why do I stutter so much? At this point, I think I still think in Spanish most of the time. So I don't know, it's just some weird shit. But anyways, let me drink one more and then we continue doing this. Wonderful. I'm not quite sure what I expected from her answer, nor why I even asked the question. That much was rather obvious after all. See, now I'm flowing. She doesn't seem to like the type of cultivated social circle. Wait, no. Let me try that again. There you go. She doesn't seem like the type to cultivate a social circle either. So I suspect that Lily may well be her only friend. Must be a pain being in different classes, I'm guessing. She gives me a sharp, almost reflective nod. Compared to Lily's careful thought about her actions and speech, Hanako hastens to make her answers as prompt and short as possible. Lily comes to the classroom though, even when she's busy. She gives me a small smile when she says it. Evidently, I can't even say that word. Evidently appreciating the fact that Lily goes out of her way to help her. It's pretty cute, really. There isn't any need to say more. Both of us content that the discussion reached an end. As we ascend the stairs back to the lobby, we are met by a group of students heading downstairs like a school of fish moving from one field area to another. They seem to be keeping mostly to themselves, but before I can notice her doing so, Hanako has moved around behind me. Hey, are you alright?
Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you guys really enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like. It shows your support. And if you guys want to watch more videos like this, then subscribe so you never miss a video. Woo!